Hello, hello. My name is Andy. I am your friendly neighborhood PA, and we are on another episode of Outside the Box with my friend Evan. Evan, can you tell everybody what's up? Say hello.
Hi.
I mean, you can't get cuter than that. I'm telling you what. So, we're here. We are reporting to you live, actually, on set, on location in Knoxville, where Evan lives, and we have something in common we wanted to talk to you about today. So, what do we have in common together? What might be something we talk about?
Diabetes.
What? Yes, diabetes. We also pronounced it correctly, diabetes, not diabetes, or the beets or the sugars, like some people like to say. Diabetes. That's right. We also like other things too. Evan and I have gotten to know each other this morning. We both like Lindt white chocolate truffles. Is that a favorite of yours?
Yes.
What about the dark chocolate?
No.
I know. Yeah, like skip to the good stuff, right? Let's get to the white chocolate ones. Those are just creamier. It's a little bit sweeter. I like it. And to Legos, I'm not good at Legos. I'm just not good at it. I don't have that creative mind. But you like Legos, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. What are some of your favorite things? You're telling me about some of the stuff you've made. What are some of the Legos that you've made?
An alligator, an armored truck,
All of it. He's made so many things. It's just hard. Like there's just ideas at the wazoo. He's made so many different things. But this alligator too is special too because it's a robot alligator. It's a robot alligator. For those of you, our audience, sometimes they may not know what that is. Can you describe it for us?
a Lego robot alligator with a gray leg and gems on the back.
I think the gem. And so we Googled this. We have asked Siri many a question this morning about some of the gems. So the gems, it gives you special powers. And so this alligator probably, I don't know, can do something, I'm sure. Does it have a special power? No, it's just a cool alligator. It's fine. So Legos, and we've talked about some of the things I like to eat. But really what we have in common is that we both have type 1 diabetes. And we've done a lot of podcasts on what type 1 diabetes is and kind of the difference between type 1 and type 2. But Evan, I want to hear from your perspective. Evan's prime age is, how old are you, Evan?
8.
8 years old. I have to say 8 is my favorite number. Okay, so if you're going to guess any of my passwords, it will involve that number. So you can absolutely break into my bank account. So put 8 somewhere in there. So 8 years old, and you've had type 1 diabetes for how long?
A year.
A year. So we're going right on our year anniversary. We did talk earlier. You remember your diabetes birthday, right? When is your diabetes birthday?
April 26th.
What? That's a very spring diabetes birthdays. So a lot of people with diabetes celebrate their diabetes birthday. It's their diaversary. Do you celebrate it all for that day?
Yeah.
What? Okay, I'm just going to say, Mom is behind the camera. We have not once. Not once. I'm not calling you out right now, but note to the booth right now, we have not celebrated one diabetes birthday over 17 years and 26 years for my sister, so you're ahead of the game. What kinds of things do you do for your diabetes birthday?
Last year we went mini golfing.
What? Take note, Mom. Okay, there we go. So you went mini golfing last year?
Yeah.
That sounds like fun. Did you have fun while you were doing it?
Yeah.
Whenever you celebrate your diabetes birthday, is it kind of like taking a break from diabetes, or you just kind of do whatever you want that day, or is it more like, you know what, I'm going to do something fun to celebrate the good things I've done this year with diabetes?
I kind of just do fun things.
Doing fun things. I think that's our real takeaway from today. We need to do fun things. I think that's awesome. Now, tell me this. Do you remember the day that you were diagnosed? Do you remember what happened?
Yeah.
Can you tell us?
I got a blood test, a shot, a finger prick, and I couldn't eat anything all day.
That's a long time without eating. That also sounds like a lot of needles, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of needles. Now, from someone who does put needles in their face, I am no stranger to needles. That's why I'm not moving much in my face today. That will be a later podcast, and you're not ready for that type of needle just yet, okay? That's a long time in the future. But for the needles that day, that seemed like a lot, right? Were you scared?
No, a little bit.
No, I was about to say, I was scared when I was diagnosed. So you were a little bit scared?
Yeah.
Did you kind of know what was going on?
Not really.
Do you know anybody else with diabetes?
Yeah.
Do you now, or did you know before too?
Now.
Now, that's kind of cool. Once you get diagnosed, you start to meet more people that are like us, that all have type 1 diabetes, all do shots. So what kinds of things are you doing every day for diabetes now? So you got the diagnosis, and then after that, what happened? You came home, and did you have to do shots? Did you have to look at what you ate?
I had to do shots, and I had to carb count, and I had to do finger pricks.
That's a lot. And is that just one time, and you never had to do it again?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, so how many times do you have to do that?
I had to do 4 shots a day and maybe like 5 finger pricks a day.
That's a lot of stuff. That seems like a lot of needles. Did it hurt while you're doing this, or do you kind of get used to it?
I kind of got used to it after a little while.
Yeah, you kind of find the right spots to prick. I did too. So sometimes have you ever stuck it in a place where it just really, really hurts?
Yeah.
Man, it's so annoying, right?
Yeah.
It's the worst. But it's better too. So Evan and I have talked. You do something different now. You have some devices, right?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us what those are.
I have an Omnipod pump and a Dexcom glucose monitor.
That's really so. What does that do? Do you know what those do?
My pump gives me insulin, and my Dexcom checks my blood sugar.
Okay, so this 8-year-old young man is smarter than all of us that is currently watching this show right now. That's pretty amazing. So it checks your blood sugar. A Dexcom checks your blood sugar every 5 minutes. It gives you readings all the time, right?
Yeah.
Do you like doing that, or do you like doing the finger pricks better?
The Dexcom.
Me too. Okay, so this is Evan's nice way of telling me that I need to up my game. I am on the old school diet. Now, not to say that one way is better than the other, but I'm what they call old school. Where I'm pricking my finger 4 to 6 times a day and giving shots 4 to 6 times a day too. So you got you're kind of like the bionic man. You got some fun devices on. You're kind of like your alligator. You're like your alligator with a little thing. I'm gonna get back on that. So he's on 2 wireless devices, an Omnipod and a Dexcom. That's really cool. Now, do you think this is a tougher question? Do you think diabetes gets harder after having it for a year? Do you feel like it's harder now, or did you feel like it was harder right at the beginning?
Right at the beginning.
Me too. You kind of get used to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There are lots of websites, there's lots of forums. You said you knew other people with diabetes. Are these classmates, friends, people your age?
They're friends.
Nice. We call these diaphragms. It's a term that I will be copywriting. So if you do use it, you will send me royalties. Thank you. Diaphragms. Those are fun. So are they around your age too?
Yeah.
That's cool. Do y'all pump pumps? Do y'all prick your fingers together? Do you even talk about diabetes?
Sometimes.
That's cool. Do you feel like it's nice to talk to somebody about it?
Yeah.
I like that too. So my sister is my dia friend and my dia sister because she has type 1 diabetes as well. So we get to talk about it. Sometimes we get to complain about it, which is nice. Sometimes when I forget my shot, she can give me a shot, which is nice. So it's kind of nice to have friends in it. Do you think so?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So if you want to share something, do you have a piece of advice? There may be people that are watching right now. I know we're looking at a cell phone. But people are going to eventually watch this. Do you have any advice if there's kids out there that are watching this with diabetes right now? You're a year into it. You're 8 years old. You have gone from giving 4 shots a day and pricking your finger 4 to 6 times a day to now having an insulin pump, CGM. Do you have any advice for kids with diabetes?
After you have it for a while, you kind of get used to it, and it's a little bit easier.
That's good. So maybe there's a little bit of hope in there that it gets easier with time. What made it easier for you? Did you have to just say, you know what, I'm going to keep practicing at this and keep trying? Was there a trick, or was it just take time?
We just had to learn what foods were better and what to do if I had high blood sugar or low blood sugar and how to keep my blood sugar good.
I need to write all this stuff down. This is good advice. That's awesome. Now, what do you think about the future of diabetes? Do you think that there'll be a cure out there?
Yeah.
What? Can it happen now?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's be done with this, right? Though I think he has made a very good point that we're very patient with it, right? We just have to be patient. It's going to come someday.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. So in the meantime, we do some fun stuff. So Evan has friends with diabetes that are all over the place. And I wrote a book. We have a children's book. You've read the book, right?
Yeah.
Have you memorized it?
No.
Okay, so we didn't do our homework. That's fine. I'm kidding. I didn't ask you to memorize it. I haven't even memorized it. What are we're going to read the book here in a second. What are some of the stuff that you've learned from it? It's called Andy and the Beats. It's kind of a fantasy story. Do you think of that it's real?
No.
No, there's some fantasy in there too. There's some things that aren't real. The virus isn't this big person that comes in and has your pancreas ever talked to you?
No.
Mine does. I know. It does. Do you know what it says?
No.
Hey, what's up, Andy? And I'm like, hey, pancreas. Thank you. And do you know what it says back to me? Okay, I lost that. That was a bad joke. That's what we call where we're just going through a bad joke. My pancreas has never talked to me. But it is in the book, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you learn anything from the book?
A little bit.
And I think one of the things is that Andy likes to talk a little bit too much. So it's a little wordy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good feedback. I need this kind of feedback. So I need to kind of trim the edges, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I needed you before the editing process to make sure that I'm on it. My next book will be edited, I promise.
Okay.
Thank you. So did you learn anything from it? It's kind of, the story kind of ends with Andy not finding a cure for diabetes. What do you think that means?
It will come someday, but just not this day right now.
And that means that he still has to be hopeful, right?
Yeah.
And I think Evan is demonstrating that perfectly. Do you have anything else you want to tell our audience?
No.
Do you want to sing a song for them?
No.
What? Okay, I thought you wanted to. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Evan also told me he likes to tap dance. Do you want to tap for the audience?
No.
No. Okay. So do some ballet, some point?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Shoot a bow and arrow?
No.
No. Okay. None of this. Maybe we make some crafts?
No.
Okay. None of that too. We eat?
No.
What? Okay, that's the one thing. We're both good at eating. We know exactly what's going into our mouths. Okay, how about we read the book?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from your man, Evan. We are going to go into the book. Yes. Okay, so Evan's going to read the first page. We're going to talk a little bit about the illustrations. But this book is called Andy and the Beats. I dedicated this book. Well, now that I've met you, I'm dedicating the book to you, okay? So we didn't know each other before I wrote this. It's a long time ago. But one of my dear friends, Tina Arfay, is the inspiration for Dr. Arfay, and she let me mispronounce her last name so that Day rhymes with Faye, rhymes with Arfay. So she's a dear friend of mine, an actress in Chicago. She's wonderful. And to my sister, too, my dia sister and my dia friend, who also has diabetes. So we are going to start Andy and the Beats. And you're going to start us off. Evan, it's going to be awesome. You got it.
Type 1 diabetes. Sam asked and gave a hint as Andy told the story of the beats and how it all began.
Awesome. Okay, so we got some pictures too of the two friends talking. All right, next page. You just want to keep going? No? Okay, can we switch over to the other page? Maybe. We'll do one more page. Okay. It was a day like any other, wildly careless and carefree. I went to school, played some ball, and climbed the highest tree. Tired yet satisfied, I slept while Mother read. Little did I know a monster lurked beneath my bed. Can you see the monster on there? Okay, it's right there too. I think he's up there too, playing basketball. The monster morphed and grew and blew, bellowing who he was. I'm the virus, a villain, here to wreck your pancreas. With a cridge and a crunch, a smidge and a smudge, I ached to see daylight. The attack was swift, but left me hunched in the longest of long nights. Where do you think the monster is? Right here. So on every page, most of the pages in this book, drawn beautifully, illustrated beautifully by Karen Maston, you can see some of the monster. All right. I was thirsty and tired and lost in a dream like murky muck. I couldn't see, I felt a stinging, sickly kind of yuck. Then suddenly 3 girls appeared out of a purple haze. We're the beats here to teach and guide you through this maze. You see where the monster is on this page? Right there, it's right at the top. All right, what else is on? Keys. So there's hidden keys all over this too. They quickly lifted me from the dark and began to plant the seed. We're a magical trio that helps kids in times of need. No problem with a sinking ship, a crashing car, or plunging plane. We survive so that you may thrive and get in the fast lane. Ooh. When I woke, Mom saw how bad I felt and took me to the dock. We sat waiting, anticipating as the minutes ticked and talked. With a bang and a boom, we heard from the room a voice low-pitched and stern. The door gave a creak as we heard someone speak.
Come in now, it's your turn.
Yes, creepy. Where's the monster on this? Is that the monster? Who's that? I think that's the doctor. I think that's the doctor on the page. I'm Dr. Arfay, and I'm here to say, after checking your symptoms and blood, you have type 1 diabetes. Your pancreas is a dud. A pancreas is an organ that makes insulin. It's shaped like a fish and helps to dish the foods you take in. Yours has stopped working for many reasons still unknown, so now your blood sugar has soared out of the normal zone. You'll prick fingers, count carbs, and inject insulin each and every day. So get up, get going, get moving, get pumped, as the nurses show you the way. Was that kind of like how you were diagnosed too? That was exactly as I was diagnosed. Dr. Nichols at East Tennessee Children's Hospital said that same thing to me. I'm kidding. The next 3 weeks were hard to tweak my crazy lows and highs. I was on a speeding sugar coaster that made me want to cry. The beats and Mom rode along, helping at every drop, but I felt trapped, my energy sapped. I wanted it to stop. So some of the stuff, can you see all the... Yep, there's one. He's over here too. Glucose gulch, sugar drop. Then I came upon a mystical man in a glassy box so grand. He called himself Pantar and said, "Your wish is my command." I asked why had this happened, why I had this awful disease. He replied, "I wish I knew the answer to put you more at ease." Perfect. Then the beats appeared and huddled quite near to devise a new game plan. We'll follow the clues, research the news, look everywhere we can. They urged me to unlock new doors and use the tools of science to find the key and make the cure, a diabetes alliance. I told Evan earlier this is my favorite page. That's my favorite drawing. Is this one your favorite too? Yeah. Or you're just saying that because it's my favorite? Okay, that's okay. That's fine. After trying out so many keys, we threw in all we knew. So many doors to unlock and find the perfect brew. A final pinch of magic as it simmered with a stir. A swirl, a swish, a twirl, a wish. My eyes began to blur. It's pretty cool. Oh, yep, there it is. Is there another one on this page? I think that's a spider. The bulky bucket bubbled and brewed our cure for diabetes, with insulin and stem cells teaming up to form a treaty. I drank the rainbow liquid dream that drenched and quenched my veins. I was ready for the release of my diabetic chains. If someone gave this to you, would you drink it? You would? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first. He would, and I would too, okay? I waited for that great big change, the cure to arise. I looked to the beats for help and asked, where is my prize? But all I saw on the tallest hill was the monster yelling something, but it didn't matter what it was. I was alone. I felt nothing. Yep, he's right there. Two of the beats are hiding out around there. Just as my aching heart couldn't take much more of this pain, a light from my window shone brightly like a rainbow after the rain. I looked up to see a key, this one different than before. It was hanging from a chain of hope, of love, and so much more. Is the monster on this page too? Yeah, but he's outside. That key's hanging from me. Outside, I saw my mom walking happily with a crew of kids with type 1 diabetes, just like me, just like you. I found that I was not alone in having this disease as we pricked fingers, pumped pumps, and left lots in the breeze. Is he on this page? Yeah. What I learned from the beats was to be strong and take hope and share my story with others and help them to cope. Though it may be in the distance and very hard to see.
There will be a cure someday. Just hold on to your key.
And ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first from Evan right there. And there's a key. Show everybody what there is a key in this book too. So what do you think that key means?
I don't know.
What do you think? You said it earlier too. What do you think the key is? Do you think the key is an actual cure? Do you think that will cure it?
Mm-mm.
What do you think it means?
It's a key to get the cure.
Maybe it's like a symbol. It's like you have to hold on to your key. Maybe the key is just being patient and hopeful, like you said earlier. What do you think?
I think it's a key to unlock the cure.
I love it. That's going to come someday, right? I think Evan's going to be the one to cure it. This is the smartest individual I've ever met. So, Evan, when you're ready for it, I'll be ready for it too. Okay, brother? All right, perfect. Anything else you want to share with them? No, we're done, right? We did great. Okay, I feel like they were clapping and cheering and screaming on the other side of the screen. Even though it's just a second. Perfect. Thank you. This is Andy and the Beats. Share this with anybody that might have diabetes in your life, friends, kids, grandparents, whatever. This is for people of all ages. And maybe too that you'll get to read this someday to someone much younger than you when they get diagnosed and help them out. What do you think? Pound it. Boom! You did great. You did great. You're awesome.